There it is. There it is. Boom.
Oh.
Let's go. Episode number 53. Episode number 53.
It might be 54.
Is it 54?
Yeah.
Oh, because, man. Yeah. I remember. Because yesterday was 53 and the day before that was 52. That would make today 54. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hell yeah. Well, we got Anthony Agin on here today.
Yes, sir.
Crushing it. Some people are hot. Some people are on fire. Anthony is like white hot right now.
Cooking with grease.
Like blistering. So not only did you have like a pretty good bounce back month last month, you started off the month today with a 4-banger.
Yeah.
I had to check.
No sandbags.
I thought it was 3, but it's 4.
Yeah, it was 3 in the morning, and then got a voicemail. Somebody left me during lunch, so ended lunch early.
Let's go.
Gave him a call back. Yeah, 4 on the day. I'm going to see if I can get 5.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing? You giving away like free puppies, or how are you getting in so many meetings?
Yeah, so I usually get their cash app. No. I'm just, I don't know. You know, I've been doing this for a while now, and, you know, I've been sitting by Zeke. He's been giving me pointers on different stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, typically where I just kind of roll over and be like, oh, okay, that's fine. You know, we don't need to meet. I'm kind of not taking no, you know, as easily, you know, for an answer. Just
You're battling back objections.
Yeah, I want a good reason to not have a meeting. I don't want them to just say, "Oh no, we're good." No,
Yeah.
why are you not?
Sales. It's pretty good.
Sales.
It is a pretty good sales tip. So I guess I heard you battling for one earlier today. Walk us through that one.
Yeah. So I had a couple. One was for my software client in Indianapolis, where the guy was kind of pushing me back a bit. He didn't really want to meet. Didn't think, you know, he had a need for any of our stuff. But I got him back on board pretty quickly just by explaining that no, I'm not calling for what you think I'm calling for.
Yeah.
You know. But the one that the guy was really kind of pushing back on, I've been trying to get that guy on the books for about 6 months now, since October. And the last time I spoke with him, it was like late February. And he was like, yeah, man, I hate to push you back, but, you know, can you just give me a call back next week? You know, we got this going on. I need to speak with this person. He was kind of trying to do that this time around. He gave me a bit more information, and, you know, I knew that we just needed to get something on the books, or it'd be another month before I could get this guy, you know, back on the phone. So
that's part of it, man. Yeah. Like building a sales pipeline and getting the knack of convincing people to say yes is one thing, but like working the pipeline and not getting beat by the same objection two times in a row, 3 months apart or whatever. It's like, dude, come on.
It's always good to take good notes because, you know, he was saying that. I was just looking at my previous entry. I'm like, no, we're not doing this again.
And you were prepared for it.
Yeah.
And you knew he was going to say it. And that's what building a sales pipeline is all about. Some of it's timing. Some of it is, you know, figuring out what the objection is. So that way in 30, 60, 90 days, you can call them back and then beat that objection, right? And book a meeting because you know it's in their best interest. But yeah, man, overall, you are tying everything together, absolutely crushing it. 4-banger on the first day of the month.
Oh, yeah.
That is, that's exactly what we like to see. So you've got 4 clients now.
Yep.
2
4 clients.
2 open spots. You want 6 or?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
2 open spots. So what industries you call for?
So I got a little bit niche stuff. Overall, you know, I have 2 IT clients that I've, you know, been calling for. But I also have a custom software development client. He's been with Arsenal for years.
Yeah, I know a little bit about him.
You know a little bit about him.
A little bit about him.
And then I got another kind of niche software client. They target manufacturers only. So that one's been kind of a trip to dial for. But I've had them for a year now and had a ton of success.
Yeah.
You know, $6K in proposals that they've been talking about, or six figures. Sorry,
yeah, 6 figures.
Yeah, no,
I was with you.
Yeah, we got more than 6K in close.
Well, good old Mike Williams at Software Design Partners. He was our first ever client. Out of the Chesterfield Valley here in St. Louis. They work with Anheuser-Busch. I called for him for a little bit there for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
So Anthony's still calling on some of the records that I've been calling on. And some of the appointments that you schedule, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one.
There's been a few where I saw your notes. It was 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, 5 years later,
Yep.
finally got them.
We got them.
Yeah.
So it is right. Yeah. Somewhere between 2 and 5 years, you'll have a project for.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Hey, Mike, appreciate your business, man. If you're watching, that's our first ever client. It is. It's really cool to still have him around. You're doing
awesome.
a great job. Mike, I know, has been incredible with us, just working through what the process looks like, being the first guinea pig to run through our sales process. And Anthony's still doing a great job booking meetings for him. So
loving it.
I appreciate you coming on the pod, man.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're a prospective client in the tech space, IT, software, even probably digital marketing, Anthony's your guy.
I'm your guy.
He is prone to take on kind of the specialty accounts, and he's pretty good at it. So.
I enjoy it. It kind of throws a little bit of spice in the day to day.
Yeah,
I like dialing for different stuff. So
it's really cool. Well, you're doing a great job, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
I'll let you get back to ripping some dials, and we'll finish her up here.
Yes, sir. Back on the phone.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
Well, cool. We'll get into some proposals and closed deals here. We had a few come through on the first day of the month. So in the roofing, solar, janitorial world, we had a couple. United Projects, old Pat Masterson out there in Nevada, New Mexico, I think, right? Yeah. They get a ton of hail.
I was gonna say nobody was expecting that when he.
I don't believe that. That's crazy. A ton of hail.
They took over like the whole town.
Yeah,
last
pretty
storm
much
season.
But they got out another proposal. This one for really just under $500,000, $448,492 dollars is crazy. Connor Fortenberry, Highland Roofing got out a few proposals, $98,000, $150,000, and $40,000. 3-banger. Boom, boom, boom. And then Rashawn, West Coast Mechanical, one of our brand new HVAC partners, got out a couple of proposals. One for $4,100, and then that's a leak check and repairs on some of the units there. Then he's got another one for installation of thermostats and a gateway repeater, $5,750. He was also telling me about a deal that I don't see in the chat, and I guess it would be in the almost closed deal chat if we had one. But it is $279,000 proposal that a company in Sacramento is looking to move forward with and get it knocked out by the summertime. Yeah, that's going to be a really, really good one for West Coast.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Mechanical out there. Super excited to see that one cross the finish line. And then on the IT side of things, we got out a proposal this morning with TechCon, $1,986 monthly recurring for TechCon and Miles Murphy. Got out today, so pretty cool. Pretty excited about that for Miles. He just seems like he just gets so many deal after deal after deal. And then Miss Emma Rogers got a closed deal today on a few different small repairs with Superior Roofing. 285 small patch, 600 medium patch, and then a $5,000 project that they had completed. Yeah, all pretty good. All pretty good. Obviously, it's not the huge re-roof, right? But you do the patch job now, and then by the time they need a new roof, if you did a good job, they'll have you back out. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Pretty cool.
That's Emma's. She's recently joined the roofing industry.
Yep.
So to see a first closed deal is like a foot in the door in the industry for her. So
I'll tell you what, she's a jack of all trades. She's called solar. She's called IT. She's called roofing. She's called cleaning. I think the only one she hasn't called is HVAC.
Wow.
HVAC. So that's again really cool stuff to see. Across the board, she is just crushing it.
Yeah, and if you want to see other videos of Emma, she's closed a ton of deals. So just look on our YouTube and
I think she just got her sixth account. I don't think she has any spots.
That's awesome.
Yep. So you can watch her video if you want, and you can let us know that if she's available, you can take a spot. But it's she's booked up. Got to join the waiting list.
There we are.
Join the waiting list. So. We're doing a little bit of a pod light today. It is April Fool's Day, but no jokes on today's pod. You got a funny one?
No, not. I saw something. Branson, Missouri said that they found a plane that was lost in 2015. And
Where'd they find it?
it was just in the middle of some trees. It said the Ozark Mountains.
Bummer.
And for, a half of a second, I'm like, no way. I'm like, oh, it's April Fool's. There's no plane. There's no plane in Branson in the trees.
I was about to say, they do have those really sketchy helicopter rides out there.
So that might be in the trees.
It wouldn't surprise me if they found one of those.
Oh, no.
To be, you hear about all the ducks down there, like the boat duck thing you take the tours on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So, yeah, I guess a plane in the trees is a win.
You ever watch the show Manifest?
No,
So they're flying through a plane. This is a little off subject, but they're flying in a plane, and they go through an electrical storm, and in the snap, they're like lost power on the plane, and then it came back on. Then they land the plane, and everybody's like, "You've been gone for 5 years."
What?
Yeah. So
That reminds me a little bit of Lost. Giving me Lost vibes there.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Lost?
I know of it, but I haven't watched it now.
I'm in. Are you ever gonna watch it?
When did it come out? 2006.
Yeah. I mean, we were in middle school probably.
Yeah, no. I mean, I might get back around to it. I was 10 years late on Breaking Bad, and that was amazing.
It was amazing. Lost is really good up until the last few episodes, and
That's what I hear.
You'll be like, "What the hell?"
Thanks.
It's just like one of the worst final episodes. I think it's still worth watching. I've watched it through a couple of times.
Okay.
It's still definitely worth watching because it's good. But I mean, if you're looking for stuff to be tied up, they'll tie it up, and they just won't explain anything else.
American Horror Story did that a ton.
I think what happened is they knew that was it. It didn't get brought back for another season, so then they had to scramble and tie it up in 3 episodes.
Yeah, and you're like, what about this? And
Yeah.
what about that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That bothers me.
They tie up the main plot, and then the rest is kind of dust in the wind. But still worth a watch. Great show.
All right.
I do have kind of a, I guess, funny local story. I don't know if you've heard this story before, or maybe you've heard the HBO series, but have you heard about the lady Tanya Haddix? She is like a chimpanzee handler here in Missouri, St. Louis, Wentzville, Lake of the Ozarks.
Fun fact, my first birthday, we got a monkey.
Oh, no. From this lady?
I think so.
Tanya Haddix.
Yeah, because apparently he was brothers with the monkey who ripped off the face of
Yeah,
the lady.
yeah, that's her.
I'm like, well, I was 1, so I'm not going to remember this, but there's pictures.
That's so funny.
Small world.
So some firsthand experience here. And for those who don't know, over the course of years, Haddix has been accused of unsafe and unsanitary conditions for 7 chimpanzees in her care, as well as lying that one died so she could secretly keep the animal.
Oh, man.
So PETA started a lawsuit against old Tanya. Tanya lost. They came to take the chimps. She got all the chimps taken by animal control and the local officials. And she lied about her little star chimpanzee so she could keep, making money, going to birthday parties and doing movies. And they eventually found it. There was another funny little side story that some of these of her chimps had escaped at one point, and a local Festus man saw this chimpanzee, and he actually he hit it with his car. He was on the highway, and he hit it. And he called the state highway patrol, and they came and got the chimp. But he got charged for endangering an animal or an endangered animal, something like that. And he wasn't allowed around any more of these chimps. Well, funny story. A couple of years later, the monkeys got out again, and this guy tapped the same guy. I mean, he's like, "Hey, I am 500 feet away, but there is another chimp out here." It's just one of those things. And so this lady, she finally got charged. The HBO series is coming out. I think it may already be out on HBO. Yeah, center of the HBO series, Chimp Crazy, for her handling of chimpanzees appeared in federal court Monday.
So this is the new Tiger King.
Basically, yes, right here in Missouri. So
Chimp Queen.
check it out. Check it out.
Right, yeah.
You know, you've got a personal relationship with the lady. So pretty good. We've got a couple of pretty interesting Glassdoor Sales Bowl topics today, and then we'll get you out of here. So one of the first questions that we had I thought was really interesting because it is a problem that we specifically set out to solve here at Arsenal. And the question is it better to be an individual contributor in sales? I've heard rumors that good sales reps can earn more than sales managers and even VPs. Yeah, it's true. At a good company, if you are one of the top salespeople and you are generating revenue for the company you work for, typically those people make the most money. It's funny how that works. But the reason at other companies, VPs and directors and managers make more money is because they're managing a larger amount of revenue. So it just depends at which company you're at. You know, if you're an individual contributor and your commission per deal is a certain amount, yeah, maybe it would make way more sense for you to stay on as an individual contributor as opposed to taking a management track, right? But I think the bane of a good salesperson existence is when you're a top-tier salesperson, you could make more as a director or a VP, and you're stuck in purgatory because they cannot afford to lose your level of production. That is a common trend, a common problem that top salespeople get stuck in an individual contributor role when they're looking to move up in the company because the company cannot afford to lose their production. That is a very common problem in a lot of sales organizations across the country. And so here at Arsenal, we tried really hard not only to make, you know, a leadership or a management position lucrative between managing the revenue, retaining clients, coaching up your SDRs to go close deals, you know, those types of things, but also, you know, if you're an individual contributor here at Arsenal and you're scheduling meetings, you get paid commission on those meetings. I know quite a few people here at Arsenal who are very happy in their current BDR position,
right,
managing 6 accounts because they're not responsible for anyone else's results. They're not responsible for, you know, managing any other accounts other than their own. And then they get a cut of commission every time their client closes a deal. So we try really hard to make the role, the main role, the SDR, BDR role as an individual contributor, we try to make that, you know, the most lucrative position in the company because that's where you retain revenue. That's where you generate revenue, and that's who gets paid the most. Just follow the money, baby.
Right.
That's where it goes.
Yeah.
That's where it goes. Does that check out?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it took me a while to, you know, like understand, size up the whole company when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
And when I really did, that's when I was like, hey, you guys should check out Arsenal. Like, it's really up to you.
100%.
And so, yeah, I think that's awesome that we do that.
And I think, you know, expanding on that a little bit, the people who are on our leadership team, they were all top producers as well. It's
Right.
just a matter of personal preference. Would you rather, you know, make sales calls and manage your own book of business and make an excellent paycheck and a living? Or are you better at training and coaching and retaining accounts? And, you know, is that what you want to work towards? You know, a bigger, badder title as we grow. But I think what happens is, you know, we trust our top producers, if they're put in a management position, we trust them to go spread the good word, to go make, you know, Zeke's a great example. We had him on a couple of episodes ago. We want him to advance and multiply, make 20 Zekes, right? And the only way he can do that is by teaching and coaching the people around him on his team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so far, so good. Anthony Agin is proof of that. He started sitting next to Zeke and he started popping off.
Right. I
Boom.
love that.
Killing it.
Case in point.
And I think that leads us into the second question that we saw in Glassdoor. It's also a really good one and pretty topical, I think, for some of the stuff that we're going through as a growing organization. But the question, let me pull it up so I get it exactly right. What are the traits of a good sales leader? How does it directly enable you to do more sales? Traits of a good sales leader. I mean, you can say anything, really. You could inspire them. You could coach them up. You could train them real good. You could, you know, there's a variety of things that I think are basic foundations to a good sales leader. But ultimately, you know, at least at least here on our team, we're looking for people who can, maximize the folks that you have. And it doesn't mean getting them to work till 8 p.m., but encouraging them to be excited, to be proud of the work that they do. We are expected to be accountable, 100% transparent and accountable. And I think that starts with leadership. We used to have a saying here that is very common in the military, but it's everyone sweeps brass, right? Even the sales directors, even the team leads, they're all going to hop in, make some dials, help out, schedule some appointments, go try to generate new business, anything that they think can help. Everyone here sweeps brass. And if you hop on our website, you check it out, arsenalbg.com, you'll see it says real people, hard work, results. Real results. And that's what it is. And it starts with our leadership team. There's nobody here who works harder than our leadership team. And it's real people, it's hard work, and it's real results. I see Joe Schmidtkins hopping in actual sales meetings to coach our clients on how to close deals. At the same time, I see him hopping on the phone, showing our newer BDRs how to schedule IT appointments, right? They're good stewards of their accounts. They lead their clients in the right direction. They lead their employees in the right direction, and it starts from the activity and efforts that they do on a daily basis. I think to be a good leader, you have to understand how to do the job you're managing well and at a high level.
Yeah, I agree.
Show them how you do it. Lead from the front, man. You didn't ever see Lance Armstrong leading from the back, did you? He was always out front.
There you go.
Dale Earnhardt. Boom. That's all I got. Sales tip.
All right.
Be a good leader. Just got to do the job at a high level. Lead by example. That's it. Episode 54. 53? 52.
54.
Maybe we should go in reverse. Count down from 100. This is the last episode.
Benjamin Button Happy Hour.
That's it. Out.